Broccoli, why are you all whistling like that? What? That's not suspicious at all. I'm just whistling. Not like I'm hiding anything at all. I'm not hiding anything. Then why are you sitting in a suspicious position? Why you seem like you're hiding something, Broccoli? I'm not hiding anything. Nothing at all. Um, okay. Here's the confession. Here's the confession. Carrot has this beautiful ceramic vase. I was over at Carrot's house and she said, "Do not, I repeat, do not touch that vase." It was made in 16 AD during the Roman Germanic War. Now, I did not understand any of that, especially because the vase had some text written under it in Latin and German, which no vegetable even understands. So, what I did was, I decided not to touch it for the first time. First time, I say first time. But then what happened, you see, was potato. I was close to it, okay? I was close to it. So, I decided, what's in harm's way of just maybe touching it? And nothing happened. So I decided, maybe just tapping it. Then maybe just holding it. Then maybe just walking with it. When I was walking with that ceramic vase, I tripped over and accidentally lost that ceramic vase. It smashed to the ground and exploded like a grenade. And then when that noise was heard, then Carrot started knocking onto the door. So I did the only right thing possible. And that was escape out the back door. I ran for my life. I didn't know what to do with the pieces, so I didn't want Cat to find out. So I grabbed them, shoved them in my in my belly, and just went like holding it down. And just started running. I ran to the bus stop, and because usually there's no buses coming at Sundays, I decided maybe this might be a good place to hide. So I decided just to hide there like nothing happened. Yeah, but you busted it. You busted it. Not like I did anything to do with that though. I did not do a single nothing nada. I had nothing to do with this. Cat might have said that, but what was in harm's way of just touching it? I mean, Broccoli, you did two problems here. The first problem was you were not gentle. That's an episode for another time. But the problem in this scenario is you are not being obedient. Carrot strictly told you, she clearly told you, do not touch that vase. But you touched that vase. That was a bad decision. And remember what it says in Deuteronomy 30:19. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life. My uncle said, we're not puppets. He was a puppet maker. Because on the string of a small thread, you can control them. They don't have their own consciousness. They don't have their own free will. You control the puppet. You're the choice maker for that puppet. And the puppet can't choose itself the same way robots can't choose itself. But we have the choice. My uncle was old, and he actually he went through a lot of things. He taught us a lot. Like one of the things he taught me was never upset a squirrel. They're really mad at that. So, the same way Moses is old right now. You might say, if only we had some teaching he had. But we have a whole book of his teaching. And that's Deuteronomy. Here's him remembering he was born as a prince in Egypt. The 10 plagues, he only did it with his own staff. He must have remembered when God walked them through the wilderness with that pillar of fire. God did not tie them up to a cart and push them. God gave them free will to choose. And you need to choose life. Life with Christ. People who are not with Christ, I'm sad to say, most people are dead. Those people are dead. And that's death. If we choose to do wrong things, we choose death. You choose the wrong thing, broccoli. I doubt carrots gonna kill you, but every time you sin, even one sin can separate us from God, and that's death. That's why Jesus Christ came to earth to die on the cross for our sins. Let's look at one Bible verse. For let's look at one Bible verse that talks about this. It's yes, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16. Choose life, not death. Death is being apart from God. Blessing, being with God for eternity. Cursing, being separated from God for all of eternity. Choose life, not cursing. Let me read that verse for you again with the information you have. Deuteronomy 30:19. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life. It's like God saying, I've set this good thing before you. I've set this bad thing. Choose the good thing. Don't choose the bad thing. It's the same way a father says to a son, don't put your hand in the fire. God has a redemption for that, and that's Jesus. We have ointment for that. But the thing is, we need to choose the right thing. So it's not like we can't take our gas stove away from our house. Many people ask that question, why did God not just take away that tree of good and evil? That's because the same way a gas stove is there. Because if you can tell your son, don't put your hand in the gas stove. So do you take your gas stove away from your house? How are you going to eat food then? You have ointment for that, to deal with the burnt hand. But you tell your son not to put your hand in the fire. That's one example. I'm sure it's not perfect, but it's one example. So, choose life, not death, broccoli. You disobeyed, but there's always a second chance with Jesus on our side. God is the God of second chances, third chances, fourth chances, a bajillion chances, a quadrillion chances, anything. And remember, you need to choose life, not death. Let's read that verse again. Deuteronomy 13:19. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life. Deuteronomy 13:19. So, broccoli, remember, choose life, not death. Choose blessing, not cursing. Alright, broccoli. Now, I hope you told Carrot about what you did. Because you should also confess. There's this Bible verse. Yes. Ask. And it. Alright. There's this Bible verse, Luke 11:9-13. It says, I tell you, and you shall receive. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who seeks finds, and to everyone who knocks the door will be opened. Not the one who does not knock. For them the door will not be opened. Ask and you shall receive. Not ask and you don't ask and you will receive. No, ask and you will receive. So the thing is, you need to ask Carrot for forgiveness. You need to ask God for forgiveness. Then you need to ask Carrot for forgiveness. It won't be completely taken away, but I mean the effect of the broken vase won't be taken away, but you will be forgiven. God always forgives those who ask. With a sincere heart, that is. Saul was doing it with a fake heart. He asked Samuel, please give it back to me, my kingdom, blah blah blah, with a fake heart, not a true heart. If you come to Carrot and God with a true heart, God will forgive you. I'm not so sure about Carrot though. He really gets angry when pots are broken. I once accidentally broke one glass pot. Brr. He got real angry. He tried to chop my hat off. But well, you need to tell Carrot, Broccoli. Now, did you tell Carrot, Broccoli? Well, that's some insight I have to share with you, because you should obey. This one lesson for now. You need to learn from this lesson next time. Choose life, not death. Now, the decision of the body, which was the decision, should I follow this bar of fire in the wilderness? That was a matter of physicalness. Now you need to choose the matter of the soul, which is an eternal matter, Broccoli. It's a very important matter. Not only your life will be changed by this, but life in eternity. Either an eternity of suffering, turmoil, and downright not good food. If there's food there, it's a terrible place. But that's death from God. That's sin. Choose life. Life with the creator of life for all of eternity. Do not choose death or other things like that. Choose life, Broccoli. Choose life. Now, speaking of choosing, we need to choose where we need to keep all this specks of that ceramic thing, like the ceramic pot. Also, that was an inscription on that, Broccoli. Let's read it. Carrot vase of Rasmoy. For you humans, it's Rome. In 16 AD, at Garliman, for you humans, it's Germany. Roman, for you humans, war from the carrot man in the army, who later became general. Well, that's interesting. It's in Latin and German. Wait, if this is in 16 AD, whoop, that explains how Carrot would be angry. But remember, God forgives. He'll forgive anything. Also, you're right, Potato. I should choose life, not death. Thanks for teaching me Deuteronomy. Yes. Thanks for teaching me Deuteronomy 30:19. Uh-oh. Who's that? Guys, where's my ceramic pot? What happened to the... Run! Buddy, what happened to the show? We'll be back after this short little song. Ooh, cool, a song. I love songs. What's it about? It's about Deuteronomy 13:19. Aw, not about chocolate crisps? No, why would you want a song about chocolate crisps? I don't know. Well, it's not about a song about whatever that is. It's a song about eternal stuff. Ah, okay. life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life. I have set before you blessing and I've set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, choose life. These are the words of Moses, the prince of Egypt, the man who with God's help parted the Red Sea. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life. This is the man who went through so much, saying, we're not puppets, we're not robots, we have free will, but choose life. He has a whole book of words, Deuteronomy, and that's the book of Deuteronomy. This verse is Deuteronomy 30:19. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life. Hey, what happened to the soul? Well, mi amiga, the soul is a drum roll, please. To be continued. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you gonna do this again, Bill? Maybe. Why are you speaking in Spanish? Oh, I like Spanish.